And Kat, for you, you were kind of coming off of Smash a little bit. Yes, thank you. Amazing show. Why did this feel like a good part for you, for a good follow-up for you?
Well, that car chase, when I got to that part of the script, not car chase, the big car airplane moment. Well, I mean, first of all, I think that playing a character that was so different from something I did on Smash. She was a young mother, you know, raising a child on her own is something so different. And then all the action elements that we have in this show. And, you know, I think the thing that we talk about so much that we love about the show is that it has so much heart. And yet it's funny, and there's these moments of high action. And so for me, when I was reading the script, I just thought, wow, this is something so different and something new for me to try, and, you know, just a real different character. Kind of a more grown-up character, I think, for me.
Yeah. You also got to show off your mad driving skills. I mean, that's kind of fun.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You got to show off your mad driving skills.
Oh, gosh. Do you know we weren't moving at all when we were shooting that? That was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do. Right? I was, you know, Justin just kept coming up to me. Justin Lin, our director. He's not here, right? No. And he was,
nobody's watching at home.
He would come up to me and he was like, so, here's the thing, I'm just not buying it. Like, I'm just not buying it. And I was just like, oh, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. So it really was hard because you're not moving at all. Like, the whole thing is complete imagination. But it was fun, wasn't it?
We had a Ferrari that we did all the stunts in where we didn't move, and the only car that I drove was a Datsun, I believe.
He actually
1979 Datsun, and you drove a VW for a little.
I did actually drive that for a second, but all the like crazy stuff I wasn't actually doing at all.
It's not a good swap.
For the producers, how much of the show is going to be action adventure-y, and how much of it is going to be character development? For anyone who wants to take it, I guess.
The show's about the characters at the end of the day. The action and the adventures each week, and there will be an adventure and a problem and a conundrum that this incredible team has to attack each week. But that only exists to affect and reflect on this incredible team of characters. It's a character-driven show. That being said, the action's going to be amazing.
But I think, as Nick was just saying too, you know, this idea that the higher the IQ, the lower the EQ is such an interesting problem for us, and it was, I think, one of the things that got us so drawn to this from the beginning, that the things that we take for granted as being normal everyday tasks are impossible for these geniuses, and the things that we would think are impossible are normal everyday tasks for them. And so watching them learn to raise their emotional intelligence and learn to adapt to the world, I think, makes them underdogs that everybody can root for. So in many ways, the action would be nothing without that as the beating heart of the show. That being said, the action will continue to be what it was in the pilot, if you all like that, you know, and that's our plan.
Nick, do we get into the characters, like especially the Team Scorpion's backstories at all? Because we saw some flashbacks.
We will absolutely be getting into their backstories, and I think you know, we're going to get to know these people as well as we can. I think everything, all the action stuff and all the adventures that they're getting into are going to reflect on every bit of their personality. And, you know, I would say one of the most interesting things about Walter's world in the real world is that these are incredibly gifted people on one hand, and then on the other hand, they are, you know, they can be extraordinarily awkward. So moving forward in sort of the adventures and what we're doing and the character development, all that stuff, is putting these people into situations where they're absolutely perfect, and then also putting them into situations when they're horrendously bad. So that's sort of the fun of, you know, the adventure stuff moving forward.
Mm-hmm.